Cellular respiration versus photosynthesis. Photosynthesis and cellular respiration can be similar in a chain production that continuously goes on forever and ever. Photosynthesis creates oxygen, glucose, and that goes to animals and humans depending on the food that we eat. That gets turned into cellular respiration because we have to create glucose and ATP to do activities. And then as we use up that energy, we are dispersing carbon dioxide into the air. And plants use the carbon dioxide and water with sunlight to create more energy through photosynthesis. Some facts is that both plants and bacteria can do cellular respiration and photosynthesis. And then photosynthesis depletes ATP, while cellular respiration can have the ADP be recharged into ATP through glucose. And as always, the good old question is location, location, location. So photosynthesis occurs in the chloroplast, and this inner compartment is called the thylakoid. And the intake of sunlight comes through the plant's stroma, or if you want to think of it in a different way, human-like pores, just through a plant's pores. And then cellular respiration occurs in the mitochondria and cytoplasm. Of course, that's the power production factory. So this inner matrix of this intermembrane space is where all of the magic happens. So these both have ATP similarities on productions through something called a proton pump. And that helps move the healthy, good glucose and proteins in through, pushes out the carbon dioxide, and helps keep ATP being made. So, what's the bolics? Photosynthesis is the anabolic process, and on the bottom right here you can see smaller units of energy being made into molecules. And then anabolism is the set of metabolic pathways that construct molecules from smaller units, and these reactions require energy, known also as an energonic process. And then cellular respiration is a catabolic process, and this is taking molecules and breaking them down into smaller units and energy. So this set of metabolic pathways breaks down molecules into smaller units that are either oxidized to release energy or used in other anabolic reactions. But there are some organisms that has a process that is both catabolic and anabolic, and that is called chemosynthesis, and that is a process that can occur with no sunlight. So what is the difference? Well, this little graph right here, catabolism breaks down big complex molecules into smaller, easier to absorb molecules, where anabolic builds molecules required for the body's functionality. This process of catabolism releases energy, where anabolic processes, these require the energy. Hormones involved in the processes are either adrenaline, cytokine, glucagon, and cortisol for catabolic, and then estrogen, testosterone, growth hormones, and insulin is an anabolic. And then I just list here a couple of examples, as well as what's required. So required to perform different activities in living entities is a catabolic, and required for maintenance, growth, and storage is an anabolic. So that would be for the photosynthesis, which goes into the growth of plants and bacteria. And then these are just my references.